Hi guys, thanks again for volunteering for us for the Safeway Open this year. I have a few things that I wanted to show you, so we decided to do a video and this great board of all the information. So the most important thing is that for all the shifts and all the volunteers, you are actually nonprofit volunteers. You're not Safeway Open volunteers, you're nonprofit volunteers for the Napa Valley Education Foundation. There are volunteers who are working throughout the event. Some of them work directly for the Safeway Open. Some of them work for Napa High, for Vintage High, for other nonprofits around town. You guys are the nonprofit volunteers for Napa Valley Education Foundation. So if anybody asks, they can help you find your way as long as you know what your title is. So there's your title. So I wanted to walk through how to get to your shift and and then also what we're going to be doing at the shift. The most complicated piece of this is getting there. So one thing that I actually do is I get dropped off by a friend or an Uber. If you do that route, that's actually much easier than parking. But first you would, this is our lovely schematic. So Silverado Country Club is located off of Atlas Peak Road. And right here is a very long driveway up to the mansion, which is the main location for the Safeway Open and Silverado Country Club. Right across the street over here is the spa. And for Ubers and taxis during the Safeway Open, they actually will drop you off and pick you up at the spa. That's where parents can also drop off and pick up. You might be able to come up a little bit closer into the parking lots over here, but the easiest is the spa to be dropped off. Then you're gonna walk up. But if you are driving and parking, you're gonna park in a lot called the Kick-In lot, which is across from the driving range, farther down Atlas Peak Road. So it might be also labeled as the associate or volunteer lot. And then you just park here and there's a shuttle every 15 minutes that'll take you up closer to this main area. So they recommend, if you're doing the lot parking, to arrive 45 minutes ahead of your schedule. If you do get dropped off, probably not quite that early is fine. But the first thing you're gonna do after you finally arrive on the property is you're gonna go over here to a set of tents that's to the right-hand side of the mansion, and it's called Volunteer Check-In. And it's over past the market, past the little tennis courts that are right here. There's a spot with big white tents called Volunteer Check-In. You're gonna walk in and get a shirt and a badge, and they're gonna tell you that you can put your shirt over whatever you have on. There's also gonna be little changing areas. And then you just change, get your badge, then you're ready to go. From there, you're gonna walk over here to the security checkpoint, which is kind of near the grill. This building is the grill. And there's a giant stage right here and lots of stuff happening over here. But the check-in point, so in order to get through security, you have to have a tiny bag. I'll send you specifications. I think they just emailed them to us, but you can't take much with you. So I recommend bringing like a little wallet or a little like tiny handbag if you have something like that, and that's about it. So also they would like you to wear black pants and black shoes if you have black shoes, or dark shoes. So anyway, then you walk through the security checkpoint, and I'll send you a map as well, but this is kind of the way that you would go to get over to where we are, which is Skybox 17A. So you walk past this big first structure. You'll see it's like pop-up tents and kind of fancy looking area. And you're going basically on a little dirt path that's through the golf course. You'll go this way, all the way, past the Safeway Food and Wine Pavilion, which is another giant tent, pretty area. And then right behind that, like really close to it, is this next section, and this is where you'll find hole 17. And so you go up the stairs to this big, huge, tall skybox, and up here there will be 3 nonprofit groups that are working. So you'll look for somebody who looks like they're in charge and say, hey, are you with Napa Valley Education Foundation? I'm here to volunteer. And they'll say, no, I'm with some other nonprofit. So then you go and find the next person until you find our team captain for the day. And if you can't find our team captain, then please be sure to look on that document that I sent with all the cell phone numbers. You can always text. All of us have cell phones. And what you're gonna do there is check in and sign in. After your shift, you're also gonna sign out. That's how we track the volunteer hours, so it's really important. Also at the end of your shift, you're going to give your badge and your staff shirt to your team captain. And then you can walk out and find your way out, or you can stay and wander around if you want to, it's up to you. So our duties at the event were not totally clear to us, but we're up here with some of the VIPs, and I think we get to replenish the buffet, replenish the cooler with non-alcoholic beverages, tidy up, that kind of stuff. It should be really fun. And we get to watch the famous people as they come through. So thank you again for volunteering. If you have questions, you can contact any of us, any team captains. We're happy to share with you. We've worked this for 3 years now, and we have been here in the pavilion, but this year we get to do a skybox, so it should be pretty cool. And I appreciate you being a nonprofit volunteer for Napa Valley Education Foundation. Thanks.